Okay, we're live. Hey, we haven't done this in quite a while.
No,
we got people in a different location. We got wounded people on camera, but we're here, and it's the day before Thanksgiving. And as I say, sorry, Tone. I know that you don't celebrate it, so it must be a little bit different over there for you. But yeah, here in America, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, and it's another episode of Stuck Inside These Four Walls, the seventh installment. And joining me today is my co-host on Two Legs, Mr. Tom Hunyadi, also a co-host of Talk More Talk, a solo Beatles video cast, and also joining us today is also his co-host on that same show, and that's Joe Mayo, also of Mean Mr. Mayo. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
And joining us all the way across the pond is Beatly Tone, recovering from his one arm injury.
You're the guy. You're the guy, the fugitive.
Yes, there's a fugitive on the run for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Dr. Richard Kimball. No, it's Beatly Tone. Hi, Tone.
Hi Andy. Hi Joe. Hi Tom. Happy Thanksgiving, America. Enjoy your day off.
Yes. Yeah, as you say over there, bank holiday. But we have a bank holiday coming, but we have two of them.
Right. Oh, every day's a holiday for me. And everybody, if you go out to see the new movie Thanksgiving.
What?
It's a slasher film.
Class A slasher.
Yeah. Oh, and absolutely not. Slasher film.
Sort of
So we usually, for Stuck Inside These Four Walls, we usually come prepared with one question each and kick it around the horn as we do. We didn't do that this time because it has been a minute. Tom has changed locales, as you see. Mr. Paul McCartney and off the ground in the background behind him. That lovely in-store pop-up display. So we're going to just wait for some people to pop on. Hello, MVP, and hello, Ellen Lanza. We'll wait for some people to pop on and see what's going on. But, gentlemen, how are you all doing, and what's new in your collecting world while we wait for some people to pop on? Any besides now and then in the red and the blue, have you done any more deep dives since then with new stuff?
Oh, man.
Tone.
Well, sorry, what was the question?
I found some new stuff.
Have you taken a break from now and then and red and blue and dived into some other stuff yet?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna do one more video on it, which is not to do with the music or anything like that, but I just wanted to do a kind of summing up video. What did Apple get right? What did Apple get wrong with this whole now and then red and blue thing? That I'm just going to do that, and then that's it. It's done. I've done my deep dive into the red, my deep dive.
Two separate videos. Saw that. Very nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Quick take on everybody. Your instant take. Are you a believer in the Walrus Gate remix of 2023? Tone.
When you say what the rumor,
meaning what's your opinion on Walrus with the remix? Are you bad? Do you can't stand it? Do you enjoy it for what it is, or you go back? You don't care?
I think for the first 4 minutes, it's the best mix of I'm the Walrus we've ever had, and then with 35 seconds to go, it all goes a little bit weird, but very similar to how it goes on the Love version of I Am the Walrus. But for me, at the end of the day, right, the bits that are being obliterated with all the Son of Revolution 9, we've got there is just the umpa stick it up your jumper bit, which not even the Beatles and some of the radio play. The key bits of the radio play are still there.
Yeah, the sit you down, father, rest you. You still hear all that.
Well, it's very low, and there's other parts brought up.
It's kind of crammed in right at the end, but we've still got the original mix. And look, he's tried something different, and for the majority, it hasn't worked out. But I think everyone is really focusing on those last 35 seconds, ignoring how good the first 4 minutes are.
Exactly, especially when you get to the bit when it goes to the sitting in the English garden waiting for the sun to come. When you get to that part of the song, the separation and clarity is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and they got rid of that terrible edit that was on the stereo version of that as well.
Yeah. Thomas, your thoughts?
Either way, it's I sometimes change is good, sometimes change isn't. These are just experiments, and you're either gonna like them or you don't. But like Tone said, I mean, the first 4 minutes, very enjoyable stuff. I one of those people that enjoy all the King Lear stuff. So to have them a little lower in the mix is a little disappointing, but it doesn't matter one way or
Go
the
grab
other.
your 87 or 2009
Yeah,
if you want to
exactly.
hear that. Joe?
Exactly.
Yeah, for the most part, I think I agree with Tone. For the most part, it's really only the last whatever it is, 35 seconds or so, that I'm like, what happened? It's butchered. It's changed too much. But the rest of it, I can enjoy. I put the headphones on yesterday, which I hadn't done up to then, just to hear it, and it was enjoyable that way. Kind of a champion, the original though, but.
Hey, and it's there if you. And again, if you want to hear that, you go to that. But I know that some of the people have said, "Well, will that become the main version that radio stations play?" I don't think it will be.
I don't think so.
I mean, what's a radio station in these days anyway? Is any classic rock station playing "I Am the Walrus" these days? I doubt it.
Know.
You're going to hear like Journey or Chicago before you hear "I Am the Walrus" on any kind of oldies station, and what that means in 2023. Let's be honest.
Oh, Heidi loves your shirt, and I do too. I think it's really. I got to get a now and then shirt.
I thought you would have one, Joe.
Oh, no, I don't have one yet. I'll get one maybe more like I was going to say then than now. No, now then future. I'll get one now than
fastest selling shirt at the Fest store.
Really? I got to say, do you wear it well? And when I look at that shirt on you, I think to myself, boy, you have a lot of heart and emotion. And I see that, I think, boy, you're glowing with heart.
I'm going to give you the New York salute on that one. Not you, Joe, but yeah, that's it. But thank you very much. Henry's here. Tom Brennan. Hey, Beatle lad, Patrick Sweden. Hello, Sweden.
Hello,
so
everybody.
it's a rare weekday. Usually we've done this. It's been on a weekend or in the afternoon or at night, so it's a little bit weird to be on a Wednesday and midday and early evening. Poor Tone usually joins us at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning his time after he's done a gig or he's still up. And now he's like, "Oh, this is an easy time for me to do this." Yeah. What else is cooking, guys?
Well, I did finally pick up the Maypang.
It's available.
Weekend. Yes. So I'm gonna actually, when we're done here, I'm gonna put this in the player.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet. You haven't seen it yet.
No, Joe, you went to the screening of that,
I saw
correct?
it at least twice, maybe 3 times with different people. I really liked it. I really thought it was a good job. I did a video.
That is a Lennon Estate endorsed film, is it not?
Beats me on that one. There's a few things I quibble with in it, but that's okay. Overall, I mean, I thought it was a good job.
So what Tom was holding up there, if you didn't see it, was the May Pang documentary called John and Yoko. Listen to me.
Oh, no.
The Lost Weekend, a love story. John's story with May Pang one. Yeah, see, it's just Freudian slip there.
Well, it's actually May Pang's story with John Lennon. So
right.
Yeah.
Tone, did you see the film yet?
No, we haven't had a cinema release here in the UK, and I'm not sure if the Blu-ray is available yet in here.
And I don't believe there's no streaming. There's no streaming option yet for that.
No.
What you need to do, Tone, is get yourself a region-free Blu-ray player, and then just order it from here and have it sent to you.
Yeah. Oh, Tom Brennan watched it. Says great sound. Okay.
Oh,
There's
good.
Tom Brennan, and cool. All right. So. Yeah, that looks that's a documentary worth seeing. I just hope it comes out on something streaming. I mean, I know, Tom, you are Mr. Physical Media, and I am for the most part too, but that's something, if I bought it, I'd play it once and never touch it again. So I wouldn't mind streaming it.
Well, I mean, something like this, it's good because it's a specific area, right? Where it's just that 18 months. So, I mean, if we are ever in the future, like say for Talk More Talk doing a show, circling around this, I can always turn to this and
gotcha.
I like that there's different topics. I mean, this is a Blu-ray on that period, that subject.
Right.
Then you have like the U.S. versus John Lennon or
certain
John
period,
Lennon, New York.
Right.
Right.
So, whatever.
May has said all the way back till the Imagine documentary in '88. She goes, "Remember this Lost Weekend? The people talking about it wasn't so lost." So she's been a champion of that era and endorsed all the activity that Lennon did during that time, obviously with, finishing Mind Games and then going out there for rock and roll, abandoning that, and then doing Walls and Bridges. which actually finished up in New York anyway.
Well, she's always big town. See, I don't want to make it too much about her, but with this, but from her perspective, she was young, she was in love, she was, let's face it, a little starstruck. Oh, we're with Elton John, we're with Paul, we're with Keith
David
Moon,
Bowie,
Harry Nilsson. Oh, this is fantastic. And John did seem to have a good time. You can see in the photos he's enjoying himself. But at the core, on the walls and bridges, he wrote "Bless You." Well, he released "Bless You" to Yoko. I think he did miss Yoko, and I think other people say that he went pretty crazy at times, wanting to see her. So I know her perspective, and that's fine. It's from her perspective. I think it's well done.
Can you tell us anybody else who commentary? Who else is in that that maybe drops in any commentators on it or guest stars that are in that show
trying to
off
remember.
the top?
It seems like it's been a while now, and I can't.
Or anybody that's still surviving from that era, like Richard Perry.
I don't remember it being like a talking head kind of thing.
It wasn't. Okay.
A lot of people giving their feeling. I don't remember it that way. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it. Not too many people are left either.
No, I mean May. How old is May these days?
May. Well, she was 22 at the time of that.
So we're talking 50. Almost 50 over 50. Yeah. So she's
Is now.
Yeah. Beetle Lad said he started the Mal book, which I have too. Tone, have you started it yet, or have you not got it?
I haven't. I'm so chuffed. One of my subscribers, he sent me Rob YouTube 1. He sent me the audio book.
Nice.
He had a broken arm, and he said, "I know you won't feel like doing much.
Yeah,
all you've got to do is just sit there and listen to it." And he sent it me the other day, and really annoyingly, I couldn't. It didn't have his email address on it. It just went back to Amazon audio books. So I left him a message on one of his messages on my on one of my videos, giving my email address so I could write to him and thank him. But he hasn't got back to me yet. So if you're watching, Rob, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. That's really, really kind of you. Really nice of you. But I haven't started the book yet.
Well, it's really nice given your situation there that you're going to be down. You'll be limited to be able to do stuff, but you have the audio book, and which is actually was done by Gary Evans and Kenneth Womack himself.
Yeah.
That's who did it. So, Joe, Tom, I know you have the book. Joe, do you have the book yet?
Yeah, I have the book, and I always do this. I only have the jacket here because I don't like the book to get damaged or the cover to get damaged when I'm reading it. So I take this off. First thing I did when I got it, I read some of it right away. I was interested in certain parts, so I cheated. I wanted to read about him at the Beatle Fest. I wanted to read about him. The end, what happened at the end, and I read some between. I got to really just read it straight through, and I thought I was going to really go to town with this one, but this Tom could relate to with me, right, Tom? I'm kind of like putting it off for some reason. I got to get moving.
Well, get moving. Yeah, there's my autographs there from Ken Womack and Julie and Gary, who put the hole in the page. So, and he said sorry. So, I'm about 80 pages into it, and I'm hoping that with this nice Thanksgiving break upon us, to really make a lot of good headway with the book, because it is another stellar epic question. We have a question here from Harry Benson. Harry asks, when do we think that they're going to release the half speed of Band on the Run? Thomas.
I say we'll get the announcement in December, close to the 50th anniversary, and then I think we'll probably get it in February, kind of like what we did with the Wildlife half-speed master.
Yeah. Hello, Tim Allen. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tim.
Frequenter on
Joe. Putting in your questions, everybody.
Yeah, ask us if you have any questions.
We need questions. Yes.
Yeah, we didn't come prepared today with questions. We wanted to just go live, see everybody chime in, and
specifically opinion questions. What do you think,
anything around
or whatever, something like that.
We've all done plenty of content on Now and Then on the Red Out and the Red and the Blues, which are on our channel, and you can see that. Tone, actually, I have a question for you. How many did you get? Every format of Now and Then, or did you just cherry pick?
No, I got all the coloured vinyl ones, so the blue and white marble one, the clear one, and the blue vinyl, and the red HMV exclusive 12-inch.
Right.
That was it. I haven't even got the CD single. That was all I got.
All right. And Joe,
which was enough.
which was enough for you, Joe.
No, I don't. I don't have every one of them. I didn't. I mean, now that I really like the song, I kind of want to have every one of them. And I got the clear 7-inch. I got the marble 7-inch. I don't have the blue, which I'd like to get.
Did you get the cassette?
I have the cassette.
Yeah. I know Tom.
Yeah,
Tom got the cassette.
Yeah, I got the cassette. The CD single should be here this weekend. And like Joe, I'm probably gonna get the blue 7-inch as well, because that's the only one I'm missing when it comes to the 7-inch.
There you go.
Yeah, I want that one.
And I definitely know you can get the blue on the Fest website.
You can.
I don't remember if it was sold out on the Beatles website. So
I don't think it. Maybe it was, but now it's back in stock.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us were lucky enough to get the 10-inch, which is now fetching for hundreds of dollars on eBay. I'm sure you've seen.
Those Spotify ones are always going. Doesn't matter if it's the McCartney stuff. Or what.
So I got the Target red, the 12-inch red, the 12-inch black, all the variants on 7-inch, and the cassette. I'm just waiting for the CD. So
I have the CD. Yeah, I got the CD single. Yeah, I got that too.
The CD single. Eddie Miles says that the Lost Weekend film is due to be released in the UK on the 18th of December of this year.
Come on, December 18th.
No.
18th December.
No, that's Eddie says it. Eddie is writing it the right way. That's the right. It's only us Yanks that get it wrong.
The schedule is correct.
It is correct. Tone, back me up here.
Yes,
back me up.
That is the correct way to write the date.
Thank you.
The month should always come first, though. Because right away I'm thinking, what month is the 18th month? I'm going.
No. Date, month, year.
Disagree.
It's July month. That's the 18th month.
There you go. There you go, Tone. Tim Allen says that he played the 12-inch of Now and Then and thought it was very brick-walled. Opinions. I didn't think it was brick-walled. Gents?
I didn't play it yet.
Oh.
I didn't play these things.
Tom or Tone?
I thought the bass and drums sounded very high in the mix on my 12-inch. Not so much on the 7-inch, but not at all on the Blue album. I thought the Blue album sounded probably better than the singles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, Tom.
That, you know what? And that I would have loved if they would have done something different for the 12-inch anyway, a different mix or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they purposely did the bass and drum up a little bit more on the 12-inch, then I think that's pretty cool.
I hope they're not different. I heard it only once on the radio in the car. I just only caught it once.
Did you hear it on regular New York radio, Joe?
I heard it on
Q?
No, everybody says they're playing it on Q104 hundreds of times. I don't listen to that really, but I heard it on HLI. It's a Long Island station, oldie station.
I've heard Ken Dash. I was played it on Breakfast with the Beatles a bunch of times since the song came out.
And the one I heard was beautiful because it had. I think they all do. They had Paul introducing it, saying, I want to play you now the new Beatles song.
I love that little video that teased it and says, if you like it, great, and if you don't, oh well.
Yeah.
Is basically what he said.
But it sounded, for some reason, it sounded better to me on the way on the radio. And the first time I ever really heard Paul singing it.
Yeah.
I don't know why his voice stood out on the radio with his voice. Yeah. Older voice.
Yeah. Ellen says that's the correct way to write the date. Thank you, Ellen. Another question for you guys. I can make an argument with that. Tim Allen has not heard it on the radio yet. Have either of you guys dived into the episode that our friends over at Things We Said Today, latest interview with 3.5-hour whopper with Peter Jackson?
Oh, yeah. I heard the whole thing already, yeah.
Oh, you already listened to the whole thing. Tone?
Yeah.
Tom?
I'm about 40 minutes in.
No. Yeah, wow. I'm like 2 hours in, and I mean, the reason why those episodes are so long because sometimes it takes Peter Jackson 30 minutes to
I think you have to rewind it a little bit to understand it.
Well, you have to. Yeah, he speaks so fast. You really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
He did 20 minutes on the first question.
Yes,
but without spoiling too much.
And he rarely came up for breath.
No, but you know what? He don't have to. It's Peter Jackson. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. And he's very happy to be on the show. He loves the show.
I did listen to the bit, which was very interesting. How they thought they did not have any other footage of them working on it. It was about an hour of. They thought they only had about an hour's worth of footage from '95, and then he went back to Apple and said, "Can you do some more digging?" And then they found the 14 hours, and that had the footage of them working on Now and Then, which I thought was really interesting. And he was a lot of comments. So what I've seen so far is that like how he didn't want to have to fly in other bits of video footage to sync up them playing in time to Now and Then. He didn't want to have to do that.
Did you get to the Hamburg part? Hamburg?
Not yet.
News?
Not yet. Julia here says, Tone, I'm a little late here now. Loved your red and blue videos so far on the red. My favorite remix is I Feel Fine, which is a good one.
Hi, Julia. Thanks for joining. Glad you like the.
I must say, tell you, Tone, I watched your blue review after you were on the Fab Gap show with me, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you were giving your opinions and stuff, and I don't blame you for this, by the way, but I'm like, okay, it didn't seem like that talkative as I expected, I thought. And then when I watched yours, it's like every detail of every track. I'm like, wow.
He did. No, Tone went. He said it was a deep dive, and I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through your red one, but yeah, you go through every single track. So
yeah.
I tried to keep it brief on the red. It was in fact, the 6 tracks that I reviewed, which was just the remixes that were on the blue, was a slightly longer video than the whatever it was, however many tracks it was on the red.
I think it universally, we've all been playing the red a little bit more than the blue, have we all not?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Had to. Yeah. We just because that's more of the material we haven't heard as much yet. Tone, do you notice any difference at all on the remixes that are on the blue that we've already had on the box sets that have been out since 17? Any difference to your ear?
No, I don't think so. There might be a slight difference because if you're listening on vinyl, then where they take all the box sets were all half-speed masters.
Yes.
When you're taking tracks from different albums and different sources, he had to half-speed master the blue album again. So there might be, there might have been a little gain there. You might hear, something a little better, but probably not. And it's the same with the CD. The CD would have been remastered,
right?
Of taking all the different sources, you might get something out of it, but I couldn't really hear anything. It's difficult unless you play them, back to back.
Yeah,
you can't really tell. And I haven't really gone back to the old mixes because on the blue album I just concentrated on the new ones that had been
right. Which leads me to another question, gentlemen. Please settle this, and I think I know the answer, but please confirm it. Buddy of mine, who's also a Beatle fan, says that he was waiting for this new version of the blue album because he couldn't wait to have a clean intro opening of A Day in the Life without the applause from Pepper. Didn't we already have that on the blue album previously?
Was it on the blue album?
It was on the 2010
opening
blue album. It was on when the CDs first came out in '93. We had a clean opening of it. Did we not?
I always remember the Imagine John Lennon soundtrack having a clean.
Well, that too.
Right. Yeah,
but I don't remember.
That was the first one. The Imagine.
The Imagine was the first one, but then when the
88.
So you're telling me that if we have an original blue album from '73, there's not a clean intro of A Day in the Life?
I don't think so, but there definitely was on the 1993 CD.
On first issue on CD. Because I actually remember that listening to that, going, "Wow, a clean intro of A Day in the Life." So I know it's been available since then, but I'm just curious. Going, if you go back to it, and I see you've got it hanging on your wall there, Tone. It's the one of the blue. It looks like it's an Is that an original UK pressing?
It is. Yeah. So both me and Mrs. Beatley Tone had the red and blue album, so we had a spare. So one went on the wall.
One went on the wall. I'm just curious if we played an original from '73, would it have the clean intro? And maybe somebody knows in the comments. Let us know. I might have to go give it a spin after we're done here and check it out.
There's a question there from Harry.
Harry Benson. Harry, yeah. Crazy good bass line on the Old Brown Shoe remaster. I heard that George was on bass. Is that true?
Oh,
everybody's telling me now it's Paul for sure. Everybody's saying now that I hear.
We're having a little debate about that on my.
This is like the Paul. This is like the Paul playing bass on She Said, She Said. Now that's what this is.
Right.
I thought that Paul said he was not at She Said, She Said once. that he didn't play on that. I thought I heard him saying that.
He might have.
But as far as the bass goes on this, I hope it's Paul because it's probably the best bass.
It's crazy good.
It is
crazy good. Yeah.
It is a very important day today. It is the 22nd of November, and that celebrates two Beatle album releases on the 22nd of November in 1963, which obviously was the release of With the Beatles, and also, sadly, the assassination of JFK, which is on the same date, and also on the 22nd, you had the release of the White Album in the UK.
Right.
So, good date.
Wasn't that one of the trivia questions you had to do on Ken Michaels?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was. That was a cookie. That was a cookie one.
On the bass playing thing, though, on Old Brown Shoe. So I looked at Ian McDonald's book, Revolution in the Head.
Yep.
That said it was Paul. But I think Mark Lewison's Sessions book said it was George playing bass. But then I went to the book, the book that we got with Abbey Road.
Yes.
I had take 2 of Old Brown Shoe, but it covered the whole session. I think it was a 3-day session that they did for that. And that has got Paul as being playing bass and drums. So Ringo was doing Magic Christian. So Ringo's not on it.
Okay.
But I tend to believe the Abbey Road book because the researchers for that have got access to the tape boxes.
Everything. Right. But so did Mark Lewison though too.
Did he have the tape box? Well, maybe. So.
Well, because he listened to every tape.
What if somebody asked Paul?
You could do that.
Remember, they didn't remember. Remember that footage of them in Abbey Road? There's that great scene, and George says, "What album was that on?" Or something. I forget.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, what song it was? An Abbey Road song. I forget.
It was. Oh yeah, he didn't know which one it was.
That was funny. That was a funny scene. But so they don't always remember things, when they're getting older and everything. But I wonder if Paul could verify if he was on that bass or not. If he was...
On the concert for George, Old Brown Shoe, that gets great treatment by Gary Brooker on that track.
Yes,
kills it on that concert for George with Old Brown Shoe. Tim Allen has confirmed. Thank you, David. Tim Allen confirms he got out his original copy of 67 to 70, and it has a fade-in intro.
A fade-in, no applause, but a fade-in, right?
Right, so no applause, but a fade in.
Henry said it has no applause.
Interesting. So. Okay. Yeah, Henry says there's no applause, yeah.
So in other words, I would say it doesn't qualify as a clean version.
Bring it on. Next.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Bring it on.
Monetize that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Charge admission.
There you go.
Yeah. Paul left and George expected a co-write on She Said. This is Beatle lad. Block You Bear says, let's see if Peter Jackson is up to the end. Listen, we know that there's all kinds of the next 4 or 5 years are mapped out by Apple and Jeff Jones. So
I was listening during a long ride last night. I listened to the entirety of BBC Live at the BBC, the first volume for the first time in a long time. And it's the one that was improved. They did it twice. It was the second time.
The one that was reissued in 2013 with On Air?
Yeah, yes. And I played it, and I'm like, there's still a few. I'm so spoiled that there's a few tracks I think could be fixed on there. Like there's a track, "Keep Your Hands Off My Baby."
Yes,
that's really low. I mean, he might be able to do something with that one, but that's one track. But
let him do the start. Let him do Hamburg tapes first.
Yeah, and he's going to think. That's a great story he told with that. He's going to be tinkering around with them. So.
Yeah, no, I know he bought them.
Yeah, he bought them, and he's going to tinker around. Tinker.
Yeah, we shall see. So Tim, it fades in on the applause.
Oh, so in other words, as usual,
there is applause. Yeah, I thought.
So yeah, it does fade in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie says Jackson said Apple owns the copyright to the Hamburg tapes, but don't actually have the tapes. Apple also said they're happy for Jackson to work on the tapes, but don't have the appetite to release them for now.
They'll have the appetite if he makes them really good.
Of course,
absolutely.
Yeah. So they have the copyright.
Well, let's get all the albums out first.
Yeah. Let's finish the main canon. There's
Yeah,
another. There's another
yeah,
buzzword. There's another buzzword. Canon.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Which now and then is. Let's go around. That's a question. Is now and then canon? I say it is.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Yes, sure it is.
There you go. That was
Frankenstein or not, I mean, however it was put together, it's it's.
I tell you what, though, I did.
There's been other Beatle tracks that have been Frankenstein,
and it's there to say they made the decision. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Paul
I
and
tell you
Ringo.
what, though, I did have a few listens to "Free as a Bird" over the last few days and watched the video. You can really hear the difference in the the quality. I mean, it was great for the time, but man, how great would it be to have even a clearer vocal, delivered, because it does really sound like John. It's Frankenstein. It doesn't sound as Frankenstein on Now and Then, given the technology upgrades in 28 years. So if that could be done as well.
Answer to Henry, I believe so.
I thought the same thing, but
Maybe. Well, if he becomes a troll, then he's gone. That's it. It's our show, not anybody else's. And if you're not being nice, then you're gone. Thank you. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. We can use a Beatles live box set with the Mal technology. What shows would you like to have? Budokan. The one in Munich. Those.
Paris. Melbourne.
Washington Coliseum.
Yeah.
That would be nice if they could do a good job with that.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he is, David. He is buried on those mixes.
But that the funny thing is too was with the Jackson thing, they could have done Paul George. They could have asked Sean or Yoko to try to find that original cassette like Jackson ended up doing. Getting a hold of Sean and saying, hey, do you have the actual real first cassette that John did? They could have done that back then.
They could have. Laura asks, what are our favorite Beatle covers? I'm not a big fan of Beatle covers. If I want to hear Beatles songs, I'm going to put the Beatles on.
Yeah, do you mean songs or album covers?
Yeah.
No, I think she means songs.
I like April Wine. Is it April Wine doing "Tell Me Why"? Do you have a version of "Tell Me Why"? I liked Chrissie Hynde doing "Not a Second Time."
Joe Cocker, she came in through the bathroom window. He just made it his own.
And with a little help from my friends too. Yes.
Well, yeah, but I really love his version of "She Came In Through the Bathroom Window."
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dear Prudence by Susie and the Banshees. That was a great one. Remember that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah.
The Jam.
Yeah. You need.
Is that Paul Weller?
Yeah, you need the Extras album for that.
Okay.
I like Aerosmith Come Together.
They also do Rain on that as well, cover of Rain.
Hope someone recorded and filmed the last concert in San Francisco. Well, Brian Epstein recorded it on his pocket. I have a bootleg recording of that final show. I don't know if anybody has that in their collection, but it's really crappy quality. But I wonder if and the tape runs out in the middle of Long Tall Sally. Actually, have any of you guys heard that Candlestick Park audio recording bootleg?
No.
None of you guys have? Oh, it's not great quality at all, but to hear them thumping away on Paperback Writer and If I Needed Someone, it's really interesting. I can't believe you guys never heard that. It's about 30 minutes long.
Some fan I am.
All their shows were 30 minutes.
Well, I know Tom's not a bootleg guy. I get it. Joe, I thought you would have for sure.
I haven't been keeping. I don't know why. I never got. I have tons of stuff on records.
Right, but that's worth seeking out, is to hear that Candlestick Park tape. Because Brian, I don't think Brian recorded. Was it Derek? I don't know if it wasn't Brian. Somebody recorded it in his pocket during the show to keep it, and that's what we have left from that. Richie Havens doing "Here Comes the Sun," good version.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Joe Cocker did a really good version of "I'll Cry Instead" way back in '64. That's right.
I think Billy Joel did a version of that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Thank you, Andrew. Tony Barrow, the press officer. He's the one who recorded it. I knew it wasn't Brian. Thank you. Tony Barrow, yeah. The press officer. Yeah, seek that out. Because it's to hear them do, like, If I Needed Someone and Paperback Writer, really, really bad quality, and the performance isn't great, but it's historic. It's the last
Did
one.
they do it with a little more gusto than on the Japan concert?
Yes.
Because that's the only thing I tell you that all the time. The only thing I worry about with the Japan stuff is that they play so weekly on there that I would hate people to say, "Oh man,
they don't sound great." Right.
Terrible.
Right.
Terrible. That's all I'm worried about.
No, Candlestick Park is there. They have a little more oomph in their performance there. On the 29th of August, 1966, for all you people keeping
29th
dates.
of August. Can I make? I know it's in vain, but can I make why I like it the other way? I mean,
go ahead, please.
Well, if you look at it, it's okay. When you're looking at if you're looking up history or something, I usually wonder what month the month usually the days can be interchangeable. The 12th of, the 14th of. Then you got to look over the second thing. Usually, you want to know the Beatles played say in August, Shea Stadium. Right.
Okay.
You want to look up August jumps at you. You might not know the day right away. You might not know I don't even know what day. The 23rd, 25th,
22nd,
22nd, or I don't know. To me, I'm brought up that way, so that's the way I'm used to it.
Hey,
the month first. What month?
Of course, it's how you're brought up.
The days are interchangeable throughout the whole year.
I get it. Has anybody seen the Amazon commercial with the old lady snowboarding down the hill with a piano version of "In My Life"? Yes. Wow. Several times.
I wish I could see something like that instead of only seeing the commercials that they usually show.
Yeah. Henry, do you like Elton's cover of "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds"? Tom?
That's all right.
Yeah,
I like it because the reggae bit on it.
Yeah, I like it. I believe it or not, it's the first one I think I became familiar with. I hadn't heard the Pepper one yet.
Really?
It was a hit. It was a hit.
And I liked it. And then I got the Pepper album. I think, I don't know, I was about 14 or 15, whatever it was. And I'm like, I didn't like Lucy in the Sky as much as Elton John's. And let me tell you,
but John's on it. John's on Elton's version. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's changed.
Yeah, of course. Well, obviously, yeah. Let's see. Comments here. Catching back up. Yoko knew in her wisdom John was about to have a nervous breakdown. Oh, that's about the, Charlie's talking about the film, the May film. Okay. Anybody else? Quiet today. Most of the commercials I see on YouTube are in Spanish and Russian. Why? I don't know. I don't know, Tim. That's a you problem.
It's definitely a you problem.
I think a lot of people waiting for 3:00. Maybe that's what.
Well, listen. U2 covered Helter Skelter. They did on their live album.
Rattle and hum.
Rattle and hum. Yeah.
Rattle and hum. That's the one.
And then they did God Part 2 on there as well.
That's right. All right. Here's one easy one from a cookie one from Harry. What was your first Beatle LP? First one. What was your first one? Tone.
The Red and Blue album were my first, but if you're talking about canon, if you're talking about proper canon, then it was Abbey Road.
Okay, Joe.
I had them as a child bought for me. I don't know which one was the first, to tell you the originals.
Tomas?
Don't even ask, man. I mean, these people, people like my cousin that can, he can tell you the very first album and the date that he bought it on.
Yes. Yes, that's how you do it.
Who does that?
I do. I do.
I do later on with the solo ones and everything.
But come on.
I don't know.
The last thing I was worried about as a teenager was, documenting the day that I bought something.
You just have to have a good memory. That's all, Tom.
Right.
That's it. I have the receipts and the CDs I bought in the '90s. I still have them.
I definitely remember when I was a little bit older, my early 12 or 13, I went out and bought the United Artists Hard Day's Night soundtrack. That's the first one I think I remember actually buying myself.
Buying myself, maybe my own with my own money might be Anthology 1 in '95, but I had all the American albums through my dad, but probably the Anthology 1 or BBC in '94. Mm-hmm. He says, David says, have a visible memory, Thomas. Visible.
Okay.
All right, first solo Beatle album, Shaved Fish was the first dive for me.
Hey, that might be mine too. I think
Shaved
Fish or Blast from Your Past. I bought both of those new.
Okay.
And the John.
Joe,
I would
Tom?
say Well, I probably doesn't count because I don't know if it's John Lennon canon, but the Imagine John Lennon soundtrack. I don't know if you
Yeah, that's
count that
still.
as a
Why not?
solo.
You have
Um,
to,
but yeah,
because
but
there was Beatle music on it too. So
Why not?
right, yeah, yeah.
I think
oh, there's that beloved Tone. What was your first solo album?
it's either Shaved Fish or Band on the Run. I'm not sure, but I know I bought both of them off the kid at school, but I can't remember in which order.
And one of my, I already said Shaved Fish and
Yeah.
Blast from Your Past. However, in '78, one of the very first was Ringo as Bad Boy. Believe it or not. And it's a very good underrated. It's an underrated Ringo
It's
album.
an underrated album. I will give you
Thank
Joe
you,
that.
Tom. Thank
It's
you.
a very underrated album. Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie
Okay.
asks, why do we think Paul's lagging on the archive stuff for London Town, Back to the Egg, and Press to Play? Are these three his most unliked albums?
No.
Well, I mean, we can't answer why it's lagging, but we can answer the second question, and I would say that Back to the Egg these days is a fan favorite.
Well,
Yeah, it's
like-
enjoying a lot of
Yeah.
appreciation
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Press to Play too these days, I find, is getting a lot of appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ken
Much
Michaels
to
will be
my
happy.
dismay.
That makes Ken Michaels very happy.
I just think there just seems to be project after project getting in the way.
Yeah.
Whether it be the Got Back tour, 2 legs of that, 2 legs of the Got Back tour. You've got the singles crate, the lyrics book, the lyrics book, the McCartney 1, 2, 3. There seems to be things that he has interspersed in between.
Right, and then of course the Now and Then stuff and the Get Back project as well, and all that.
All of that. Yeah.
And is the Back to the Egg thing, like any legalities and rights things, is that smoothed over?
I don't think there should be a problem with that because I mean it's been
Yeah,
on
I thought that was over with.
That should be over and done with.
I mean, one thing that I could say is that I interviewed a guy, Boyan, who went to the gig in Melbourne, and I asked him to go through the Got Back tour program, and to see whether the page about the archive collection it was
Right,
still
like we got here.
at the bottom it said watch out for new archive collections coming soon, and he went through the book and they had added things in it from what you got on the US tour. So it had pages about the singles box about McCartney 1, 2, 3. So they had changed the tour program had changed, but that page about the archive was still in there. So if it was dead,
That's good.
they had ample opportunity to take it out, and they didn't.
Right,
so
right.
hanging on to that as being evidence.
Okay,
that's
so
right.
we'll
That's
hold
fine
on.
work. Fine work.
We'll see. As we're talking about Wings, I just want to send our thoughts and best wishes to Denny Lane, who has been just going through a lot of big troubles with his health, and Denny get well. And I know that our friend Dan Ely that we've had on Two Legs before is kind of handling all the get well correspondence. So you can contact him to send any well wishes, and we wish Denny the best.
Yeah, all the best, Denny.
Charlie asks, do we think that we'll get an archive remastered Broad Street with the film itself? Personally, I would love it. I'm sure Charlie would, and I know that another friend of our show would as well, too, Mr. Ed Crawford.
I would love it. I would like to see it. And I'd like to see a remastered film. And those, what is it, the bank? What is that special bank?
South Bank. The South Bank show.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a lot of that stuff. I would love it. I'd love it.
Yeah. We'll see.
There's certainly enough material, especially video material, to put on it because he absolutely promoted the life out of it here in the UK, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
He was on every show, not just the South Bank show. He was on Wogan,
Right.
Everything.
Any Parkinson, anything, any interview he did.
You can add the we all stand together, short because that's what opened the film. You can add that in there as well.
Well, that film recently got a 4K upgrade. Didn't that whole film get redone?
It did. Yeah. It
Right.
did.
Exactly. So that's already been kind of worked on. So
Yeah, but we want it on disc. I don't want to always have to go to YouTube.
you want to be able to own it. You want to own it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tim wants the outtakes and the flubs from
I
Broad
thought those
Street.
were in the film.
Stop. Stop, Joe. Come on. It's just one long music video. Just call it one long look. Instead of not a movie, then you're fine.
I enjoy it. Except for the dream sequence. The dream sequence, I enjoy it for what it is.
Eleanor's Dream and all 9 minutes of it's great. It's a nice piece of music.
There's people out there like Spielberg now.
Oh God, no.
That was something we really took notice of.
We took notice, and yeah.
Charlie says that Olivia posted on George's social media pages about the clock, which we already knew. We knew the story because it was already in the notes, the sleeve notes. But it was nice to hear Olivia talk about it. It was verbally, and then it got posted to the pages as well. Harry, why is Disney involved in the latest Beatles projects? Money?
Well, they know streaming is Apple, I'm sure, knows that streaming is, unfortunately, the current thing, and probably be around for years to come. So they probably think that's the best way to get that stuff out there.
What happens when the servers crash and then nobody can stream anything?
Well, then you put the DVD, you put the Blu-ray in. That's why I bought it.
Physical media, baby.
Here's the thing, though, too. See, they've only got. Let's say they signed a 10-year license deal for the Get Back. Okay, then when that deal's done, they can either renew it, or if they don't, then you're SOL, right? It's best to have a physical copy.
Yeah. Early reviews of the Mal Evans book. Do we know if it's available as an audiobook? Indy, I think you joined us late, but Tone answered that for us as well. It is available as an audiobook, and Tone has got a copy.
I do.
Yeah. Again, or they'll just sell or they'll just take the licensing and maybe Amazon buys it or Netflix buys it. Now you got to go to that to do it.
Right.
To do it as well.
The thing is Peter Jackson in that interview too. He was saying how Disney has this policy where they're not releasing DVDs or Blu-rays. Well, that looks like it seems to change because they've been releasing a few of their the Marvel shows and a few of the Mandalorian season 1 and season 2.
Oh, that got Blu-ray released.
Yeah, those are getting Blu-ray releases. So it kind of looks like, because here's the thing, a lot of these streamers, they thought they were just going to keep rolling in with cash from people subscribing. Little did they forget that it's not an ad-based. They're not ad-based streamers, to where money's not coming in other ways. So like if they're putting millions of dollars into these TV shows, like the Wandas and the Star Wars stuff, the Marvel stuff, if people aren't subscribing and watching those shows, then they're not really making money off of these TV shows. So now you're starting to see these streamers like Netflix and Hulu and Paramount. They're all including these ad generated versions now, to where you can
because they want to be able to make more money.
They're all losing money. Netflix is finally profitable, I guess, after 10, 12 years or something like that. So
right.
It takes time.
Time takes time.
That's right.
Harry said that Peter Jackson mentioned that it was up to Disney and Apple to release the original Let It Be film, unless I misheard him, and he's right.
No, he's right, because they got the license for that to release it. Yeah.
Well, that was Imagine was one of my first as well, and I wasn't, I didn't get it in 71. No, got it in 77.
Yes, David, we did notice that it was scrubbed. I think somebody sent us the photo of that. It was just scrubbed out. So shame that was. Armin, good afternoon from an evening from Munich.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, Mind Games is coming.
Yeah.
Mind Games is coming. So at least we've got that to look forward to. We know that that's coming in terms of solo projects and archival stuff. We don't know anything else about it.
True.
Other than that.
I will say this. I'll only say this. Everything is going to come eventually, I believe, when it comes to Lennon.
I am sure. I'm sure.
Okay. Just a friend of someone else.
No.
Here's a question. I missed this one here. Tone, have you read any of Leslie Ann Jones's rock and roll biographies? I'm looking to buy Fly Away, Paul, but it doesn't seem to be available in the States. I'm not familiar with the question.
No, I haven't, Laura, unfortunately.
Okay.
Are you saying it's available in the UK?
Yeah, it's available in the UK. It's not available here in the States yet. I mean, obviously, you can go on Amazon UK and have it shipped, to the States, but it's not like available on like a.
I love that video, by the way. She's only in the one video, right, Tone?
Yeah, she
So
is.
far?
There's a second one planned.
Oh, good.
All right.
I like
which is going to be called "Is Mrs. Beatley Tone a Real Beatles fan?"
Oh boy.
Interesting.
Well, yeah. Well, until you're on the mend, as it were, then Mrs. Tone will help you out and get your videos posted for you, which is good. Charlie says, "Am I the only person that doesn't want to hear Carnival of Light? I feel the disappointment will be overwhelming after years of anticipation." I agree with you.
I agree as well.
So do
I agree.
I'm not the slightest bit bothered about hearing it.
No.
Although I'm thinking it might. It's all the anticipation and everything you hear is how awful it is. So maybe it won't be as bad as we heard.
And if Paul really liked it, he would have finished it like now and then. He would have been like, "This is good enough. We've got to put it out." He would have. Yeah. It's going to be an experimental recording, and we've got enough of that.
What
He
do you
was
put
the
it
guy.
on? What the thing is, what do you put it on? What release? Future release. Do you don't just put it out as a single?
No, maybe you bundle it in with Mystery Tour and Yellow Submarine package, maybe with that. So who knows? Certainly was.
Yes.
Certainly was. But you got two Give Me Some Truth. Don't forget you've got a 2010 Give Me Some Truth and that.
Was silly.
Yeah,
Right.
that was just a. And I don't like using that word, cash grab, but it was just a compilation thrown together to commemorate the set. It's part of the box set. It was
I
an
have no
offshoot.
problem with that because I believe they got to keep it going for new generations. I don't know when the one was before that. The last time that they had done that.
1990 with the first Lennon box set.
The
first time.
Yeah.
I bet you Carnival of Light is better than Mary Jane.
No.
I don't know about that.
No, even at least Mary Jane has words in it. I think.
Right.
Somewhat of a melody before it derails and goes off the deep end.
Yeah.
I do not think that was his Paul's last album. No, it was not.
No. He has been quoted saying that he has been recording music with Andrew Watts. So
Actually, it was his last album that he did.
Well,
it was his last album, but I don't believe it's going to be his last album.
No. That's a good way to look at it, Joe. Funny.
I'm just being funny.
No. I get it. You could read it that way. You could.
Yeah.
I get 3 years ago almost since that album came out. Is that not crazy?
Yeah.
Well, what was the longest gap between New and?
New in Egypt was 5 years, wasn't it?
New in Egypt Station.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Well, it was 2001 was Driving Rain. 2005 was Chaos. And then you had Memory Was Full at 07.
Oh, well, I mean, if you count Run Double Run as the canon, then it would be Flaming Pie into Driving Rain.
4 years.
4 years.
But then you New was in 13 and Egypt Station's in 18.
Yeah, it's 5 years there.
Yeah,
5.
Yeah, but but I'm also looking at all the.
What about Kisses on the Bottom? Kiss on the Bottom's 2012.
12, and that's not canon.
Yeah, so I think 13 to 18 pretty much.
I would agree with you there.
Why is that not canon? Why is something like Run Double Run or Kiss is not canon? I mean,
because
there are new. So you're saying then also like the classical stuff's not canon either?
No. We've discussed this.
Paul McCartney's name is on it.
Yeah, no, but you and I have discussed this. Those albums aren't canon. We've never done it.
I don't know. I seem to rethink. I'm starting to rethink this whole thing.
You've never once told me that those albums are canon. Not in 4 years.
But like I said, I'm just starting to rethink this. I mean, his name is on it, right? Okay, it's Paul McCartney, Liverpool Oratorio. It should be canon, no matter if it's. Just because it's not a rock record doesn't make it any less canon.
It's canon, I think.
Yeah.
I'd just rather blow it up with
really? Really?
Yes.
Really?
Paul McCartney. His name is on it. It's canon.
It's so canon that it's still sealed.
Well, that's your
I have a sealed vinyl. I'm never gonna
That's
open.
your problem.
I also have. Wait a minute.
I think it's a wonderful.
I have.
And guess what? It was a whopping $2.
I have this too. This is canon, right?
You know what? Bafangu.
You just had to do it. You had to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I leave it here just when I think of it.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, you'll get it eventually, Tom. Maybe you get it at the next fest.
Why don't you sell it to him and give him and give him? And...
Oh no! I got to keep it just as a spot holder.
Oh Jesus!
No, I'll get to it eventually with everything else eventually.
Gaps are filled with Paul, half-speed masters and colored vinyl. He can do that for years and years and still make money. True.
Yeah, that stuff's really rough. I keep saying I'm going to stop the half-speed masters personally, but I keep getting
you
them.
won't.
I get them because of the Obi strip. That's the only reason.
You love that Obi.
That's the only reason.
Harry says, "Are we going to call the fireman canon?"
Okay, well, see, no, it's a different name. So I mean,
the name? How about
This is.
See,
this
no,
one.
it's.
How about if it's a recording? If it's him recording, if it's his work, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if he's like the main artist, if he's the main artist or whatever, I mean, I guess. Sure, but then if you do that, then you gotta have the other two are canon. Then
I'll tell you what.
Family
I mean, well, listen. Let's look at the books that. What's his face? He just did the fifth volume. Blaney, right? Blaney covered all the orchestral stuff.
Exactly.
So to your point,
right.
there you go. Yeah. Well, we just talked about that block. It's coming probably out at the end of the announcement. Will probably be probably soon.
What is this about? Peter? Is it Peter Jackson? I'm losing. Or Giles Martin? No, Giles Martin going to do Red Rose Speedway or something?
What?
That's a lot of talk about that. That Giles Martin. I think it's Giles.
What about?
It's supposed to be Green.
We got it. We already got it.
Supposedly they're talking another one or something. I thought they were talking about. I'm not imagining this, but
Red Rose Speedway.
Yeah, I'm getting crazy. I know because I said that's ridiculous. I never want that. But I know Andy would because his
yes. Yes. What, like a new mix?
That's what I think I've heard.
Sign me up.
I don't know why he would do that or whoever's doing it.
If it's a new mix, I'm in as well. If it's a new mix.
Yeah.
Some new songs.
Is the Family Way canon? No.
Why not?
His name is on it. About that.
His name is on it. Even though you wrote 3 bars of music, I mean, and gave it to George Martin.
How about the Last Temptation of Elvis? Is that canon?
Yeah. Here we go. Giles remixed Red Rose Speedway for Dolby Atmos.
Atmos. He did say that. He did say that. Yeah.
So where's it at? And he said he was working on it recently. Okay.
There you go. I'm going because I'm starting to lose it as I get older. So
more bass with okay. Hey, finally, it took 50 years. We'll be like some love for Red Rose Speedway.
Yeah, but that stuff's probably going to be that stuff's going to probably be only available digitally. I mean, it's not like they're going to do a physical release for that. I'm sure.
Right, probably not. It'll be like that McCartney 2 and McCartney, how they got Dolby Atmos releases on iTunes and Spotify and crap. Might be one of those.
Yeah, it's a co-write.
Co-write, Henry.
All right.
Co-write. And, listen to the 2015 remix for different.
Man.
The man. Yes, as Tom is the proud owner of the should have been issued but was not Brazilian single.
There's a reason why they didn't release it as a single, folks. He's such a man.
Stop. Yes, I think you're right, Harry. Oh, Jesus, God Almighty, Jesus, help us.
This reminds me of Beans days when we used to sing Kiss.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Giles could remix the. You're out. Sorry, James. You're out. To make it listenable, James, you're lucky I like you because I'd bounce you.
I like Loop,
for that kind of comment.
I like Loop. I forget, Andy, you don't like Loop?
I can listen to Loop, but it's compared to the rest of the album, no.
I like Loop.
Yeah, me too.
For Linda, it's canon.
For Linda, it's canon.
Yeah.
So we're going to start winding down here, folks, in a few minutes. As it is, we've already been on the air for almost nearly an hour. A few more questions if you want.
Man.
It certainly does. We can't pull those Mayo 3-hour streams, but we try our best.
Oh, 3 hours? No, but an hour and a half.
my canon is being pulled into disrepute because my McCartney canon only includes pop.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a question here that we had in here. Hold on. Henry asks, what's our favorite McCartney album out of the 3? 1, 2, or 3? Real quick. Go.
3.
Joe?
Right now, 3.
Tom?
Ooh.
2. I'll go 2. Okay. Gary, now we're talking. Let's see.
Go to the one above Gary there. Yeah, there
Which
you
are the
go.
remaining unmixed songs that you're dying to hear? For me, it's All Too Much. Yeah, All Too Much. Well, we already had
Only a northern. Only
that
a northern
was.
song. There's so much going on in that song. I would love between the orchestration. I would love to get a remix.
Well, just go throw on your 99 Yellow Submarine song track and hear it remixed.
I know that. Look, that's a great version too. And I'm kind of my theory on that is that's kind of why they're not touching Yellow Submarine just yet because of that,
because of that release. And I gotta tell you, Tone, do you notice a big difference between Hey Bulldog on the new Blue album and Hey Bulldog on the Yellow Submarine song track?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that there was a couple of main differences. One, on the new one, the drums have been moved into the center.
Okay.
Where I can't remember whether it was left or right on the 1999 one, but the bass on the 1999 one is just phenomenal.
Yes,
I mean, that just carries it for me. I mean, I like my drums in the center, but that bass overrules it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's like Walter White.
Heisenberg. Yeah. Heisenberg. Yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing Your Mother Should Know.
Yeah,
that would be
I'd
nice.
like to see if they could do something with that panning. Although I'm so used to the panning,
Yes.
things again. That's kind of like the way I really know the song. I guess kind of can't relate to it otherwise.
Yeah. So.
Seeing me the second time he sing.
Yeah. McCartney 3 is one of the best. Yeah. Nice to see that there's a lot of love for it still.
Cool.
Yeah. Yoko should have 2 more minutes silence with more bass. All right, again, we're going to start winding down. We want to start saying goodbye and our plugs and what we're doing. Gang, Tone, Joe.
What do I have to say? My channel on YouTube, as you probably know, is Mean Mr. Mayo, and I'm doing a lot of stuff there. And I actually just did a response to Matt Williamson that he did a video and talked about how people who have too much emotion for the new Beatles song now and then.
Check it out. Yeah, Joe just posted it on his channel today, so give it a look.
I've already
Tone?
watch later.
Tone, how about you?
Today I did an interview with John Blaney, author John Blaney, about his book, the song he was singing, Volume
5.
Which was an enjoyable chat. That'll probably be coming up at the weekend. And I'm going to be doing a kind of summing up of the whole Now and Then Red and Blue thing, from Apple's point of view, not from the Beatles' point of view, but from Apple's point of view, what they got right, what they got wrong. I'm going to do that. That'll be the next couple of videos, I think.
Tom, on behalf of Two Legs, you want to tell everybody what we got?
Well, what we got? What do we have? We just did the episode on Paul's 4 recent collaboration tracks, which was I'm drawing a blank here. The Jimmy Buffett song, My Gummy Just Kicked In, which I just love the title of that. The Let It Be from Dolly, the Feeling the Sunlight from Ringo, and the Bite My Head Off with the Stones. We just talked about that. We also just recorded an episode that will be out this Saturday with Andy and David's going to the Mail book launch, and Andy in New York and David in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that was a lot of fun. We're looking to have Steve Matteo on, or Matteo, however you want to pronounce it. We're going to be doing Paul's Magical Mystery Tour. So we're going to be doing that, and then we got more stuff coming up. We're going to finish the year strong and have some really good episodes. Hopefully have part 2 of our George and Paul relationship show with our buddy Owen Ling. So hopefully we can get that in December as well. But other than that, please subscribe. Thank you again to Matt Williamson for bringing us all these new subscribers and paying, giving our shows some more attention. Really appreciate that. And and Joe, great, nice response video to that. Very, very well thought and thorough. So
thanks.
Good on you, my friend. And and Andy, real quick, I mean, you saw Dylan last night.
I did.
What did you think?
I saw Bob Dylan last night. I'll have a full reaction video with some friends that I went to the show with on my channel, probably early next week. Bob was on his Rough and Rowdy Ways tour. I saw him in Newark, And he was great. Hour and 45 minutes, played most of the album. Wildly different arrangements of some popular songs. 82 years old. No cell phones allowed at all. Very strict. Good concert. And I was in the 9th row. So to be a few hundred feet away from Bob Dylan was pretty special. Pretty special. So I'll have a review of that concert on my own channel sometime early in the next week. So to answer Mike's question here, when are we going to do the next one? Probably sometime in December, right around maybe around Crizzy. We'll see. And do that then. But we're going to get back on once a month to do these as well, as long as our friends Tone and Joe and Tom are available. We can do it.
I'd love to.
We'll do it again next month. And Eddie, today is the 22nd of November, 2023.
What month is 22?
What month is 22?
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, to those who celebrate. Tone, thank you.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Be safe. Enjoy the football. Down with Dallas. Go Detroit. All that good stuff. Right.
Happy Thanksgiving, America. Have a great day.
And to those who celebrate, eat a real turkey tomorrow.
That's right. So enjoy, everybody. Peace and love, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
Hello.